Hello everybody, Turiosaurus here. It is Friday, which means it is Random Game Friday, and we have a game that I logged hours into when I was a younger person. This is Black and White 2. This is the sequel to Black and White. It is a god-based game where you play a god over the Greek civilization, and you build it after a terrible attack from the Aztec civilization goes over there. It doesn't make much sense. It's not like the globe that you play on. It's an entirely separate thing, map-based gameplay, and we just went into a little cutscene here. That's fine. We'll just let that play off. This is a game which was released apparently October 7th in 2005. So it's pretty old. Thus the graphics system. Actually, it was a beautiful game for its time. And apparently, I didn't know this up until today. This is actually a game created by Peter Molyneux, who is a fantastic game developer, in my personal opinion. And due to my research into Black and White 2, I am also now very excited for Goddess, a game which will be coming out at some point. That's Godus, not Godess. But let's watch this, shall we?
To be a god, to wield the power of good and evil, that is your destiny.
Heck yeah, it is.
We need a god. Please hear us. Help us, please.
Okay, so this being Black and White 2, this game is based a little differently than its expansion, as well as Black and White 1. Black and White 1, you kind of played in the same style, but you were faced with other gods to fight, as well as in the expansion of this. However, here, you're just fighting another civilization.
Our role is to help you be the god you want to be.
That's right, they're the angel and devil on your shoulder, basically.
Make your godly way through whatever this world throws at you.
This being Tutorial Island, if you guys couldn't tell just yet.
We'll help you with all that, but even more importantly, you'll need a creature. Hey, let's go and choose one.
Alright, so here we are, and we get to pick our creature. This is essentially your secondary manifestation
There they are.
on Earth kind of thing.
You have 4 to choose from, but the one you choose will be with you throughout your whole time in this world. So consider carefully and make your choice wisely. Let us tell you about these amazing beasts.
Amazing
Creatures
beasts.
can be trained to become lovable, mischievous pets. Or they can be the ultimate disciplined weapons of destruction and war.
That is correct.
Any creature you choose can become these things. That's the wonder of a god's creature. It can become whatever you wish.
Whatever you wish.
All creatures will grow up to be huge and powerful. They can be cute, quirky pets, inquisitive and fun-loving. Or they can be single-minded war machines. All creatures will be as good or evil as you teach them to be.
Yep. And they will grow and change their appearance and stuff like that. If you're good, then they'll be looking like this. And if you're evil, then they kind of turn more into what this guy is turning into. More darkened, werewolf-like, kind of starved.
And destruction.
And you might notice that underneath him,
Such a shame if you ask me.
like fire, cracked lava stuff came out of there.
Which Whichever creature you choose will change according to what he learns
Yeah.
and does.
There's also a
All lives
relatively large stockpile of mods for this game. Should any of you feel the need to play this after watching this Random Game Friday,
time to choose. Click on a creature.
there's compatibility stuff and high resolution packs and more creatures. You can unlock turtles and tigers and all sorts of stuff. So I think that we are going to probably be evil. I'm thinking we're going to essentially make Mordor and Khazad-dûm and all that. Not Khazad-dûm, Barad-dûr. That's it. We're gonna make Barad-dûr. So I'm trying to think of the various creatures at our disposal. I suppose a Balrog is unsimilar to any of these guys. Wolves, obviously very intimidating. And there are wargs in Lord of the Rings, so I'm thinking we're going with a wolf. Yep, we're gonna have a wolf. He'll be our evil manifestation on the planet. I plan on making this a rather lengthy Random Game Friday. Might even cut it up into 2 parts for you guys so you don't have to sit there and load like an hour and a half of stuff. Do I need a refresher? I don't think so. This is up in there. There's scroll. Click it to rotate. No, I'm pretty sure I remember pretty much everything. Give me the silver scroll. Apparently, because this is my first time playing, I cannot skip it. After you play for a time or two, you will get a silver scroll back in the background over here, which will let you skip all this. But I remember how to do all this stuff, and I wanted to skip it and was not allowed to, which kind of sucks. But whatever, it's not very difficult.
Let's keep going.
Yes, I would be going faster, but you will not shut up. Tutorial Island somewhat bugs you once you've become a experienced player. But hey. Yeah, I know, I just gotta backpedal. Ugh.
Well done.
Now let's learn about rotating. You click down the middle mouse button and spin the mouse. It's very complicated stuff. Movement in this game is very simple, guys. You right click to drag, and you just drag wherever you want to go. Scrolling out, zooms out, scrolling in, zooms in. You click the middle mouse and you spin it, and that'll rotate the camera. It's all very simple stuff. Now, if you don't have a mouse wheel, then I don't know. I'm sure that there's some other way to do it, but yeah, could be difficult. So then you do this, and then you can go up, and then you can go down too. It's very, very simple. You, Sir Whitebeard, are annoying me. I think I shall throw you into a volcano. Yeah, so in my youth, this game is actually where I started learning how to code things. Now, I'm very bad at code. Very, very bad. I know the basics of HTML, so websites, and that's pretty much it. However, this game was coded in such a way that if you opened up certain files in Notepad and certain files in Excel, you could very easily change properties in the game, such as creature actions. Yeah, that guy just tugging on his nipple over there. Creature actions, such as like what your creature could do, was put into an Excel spreadsheet. It was an action on the left column, and on the right column was a 0 or no 1. 0 obviously being negative, 1 being positive. And there's a lot of actions which were coded in that your creature technically could do. However, you had to enable them in that. And so you could enable, the creature would grab... Here, I'm just going to do this.
Are you sure you wish to
Gold scrolls let you leave the island, basically. There's lots on the tutorial island to see. If you guys want to see that, I will gladly make a new profile and show you the entire tutorial island and how to do that. But I think we want to see this. So I'm going to shut up for a little while and let you guys just watch.
Yeah, full of people that worship us.
Please hear us.
Listen,
Please
can you
help
hear
us.
that?
We pray.
That's a pure prayer.
Hear our
It sounds like
prayers.
something terrible has happened.
Almighty One, please heed our call in this hour of need. Our armies are crushed. What's left of us hides in this city from the brutal Aztecs. And now they are at our walls. I implore you, please help us.
Oh my! It's a huge Aztec army! They're invading!
Yeah, that was kind of obvious. Thank you.
Our city is under siege.
But yeah, so the Aztecs worship a different god. He is not powerful enough to manifest on Earth, so we don't necessarily fight him. However, the Aztecs have some special powers of their own. So you left click to pick these guys up, drop them in the portal. You can also throw them, but they tend to die when you do that. So that's not the best thing to do when you're trying to save them, you know. But you see that guy there up on the hill? It's kind of a prelude to what could be happening. Now that was actually a glitch. This is supposed to fall and stay there. However, this game was created in 2005 by a rather small production team, I believe. And there are updates to it which I did not download. And so there's going to be some glitches happening. Mostly I just didn't have the time to wait for all the downloads to go. So the Aztecs have a creature. That is how their god channels all of his power. Now this creature has the ability to summon wonders. Now we can summon wonders, however, we do it through an altar. This is the only time that the creature really summons stuff like that. However, in the actual game, other nations get wonder towers as well, and they can summon things like this. The Aztecs have a volcano. I believe the Japanese have a tornado. The Norse have a siren. Just stuff like that. And then there's earthquakes too. So they're going to crush us. Now it's funny because they only kill one person with that. The villagers in this cutscene are essentially alive. It's almost like a Minecraft voxel cam where things are happening as if they were in the actual game. And so you see that I threw a whole bunch of barrels on there and it's like, oh, you saved villagers by killing them. They didn't die because the barrels don't do enough damage to actually kill them. Now these are quite fun. These are enormous hay bales, which I get to set on fire and crush some dudes with. These guys actually do some serious death. So there we go. These kill some dudes, which is nice. Unfortunately, this is not stuff that you can just like build in the game. You can't set up traps like that. I really wish you could. There may be a mod for it, actually, now that I think about it. However, you know, can't. So 2 volcanoes in one city, pretty much a guarantee that you are screwed and ain't nothing gonna happen. Like, you're not coming back from that. Not much you can do about it. But yeah, so I think that we are going to play through probably the first 2 worlds. I'll spend a little bit of time on the secondary training island. And then after that, I'll probably skip ahead to The real island. Yeah, that's what it is. Now, this is a great game. However, it takes a while to progress into the real storyline. You have that cutscene that we just went through, the interactive cutscene. Here's all of our people. And you have Tutorial Island to get through and all this stuff. And then you have this, which can actually take almost an hour or two before you get through if you do everything. And that's before you get into the real first conquering nation kind of thing. But as far as storyline goes, this makes perfect sense. So you are a civilization on the brink of extinction. You as the god save about 25-30 followers or so. But you need to rebuild your population before you can start conquering people or basically impressing them with your cities into joining you. That's the two real ways that you win. You either dominate and kill, or you build a huge, impressive city which is so gorgeous that they can't help but believe that you have divine powers helping you. Gold scroll being main storylines. We're going to click this, and we are going to gather the wheat, and we're going to drop it in our storehouse. Already did.
200 food in your hand,
Already
drop
did.
all through it into the storehouse.
Yeah, you can just chuck food at it. You can be like, wah!
We now have enough
Unfortunately,
food.
you have a tendency to throw it too far. Like that. So now there's a little pile of wheat over here somewhere.
Villagers can be turned into disciples who
Yes,
will work
disciple
at the
farmer.
job you assign them.
Oops.
Pick up a villager, then put
Now
them
that's
down.
dangerous. If you just click on a rock, you tap it, is what it's called, and that will...
Now place the villager down over the field.
Those farmers can handle that small field with no problem, boss. We need wood if our villages are to build and our town expand. Grab and pull a tree out of the ground and drop
Done.
it into the storehouse.
Okay, so now we have wood. I have 3 foresters. That should progress the storyline quicker. What, you want me to drop another one in there? There we go.
You have created a number of disciples, so why not create
Now I
some
believe they're
more?
looking for breeders. So we need to make some dirty people. Basically.
The statues on
This is going to tell us all about the town center and how it gives us all the information we need.
This shows what your people would like to build next. Keeping your people happy is important, and they will let you know if they desire a building type.
Less important when you're evil. Just so you know. It is still important because the more unhappy they are, the easier it is for another city to win by impressing you. However, there's only really one city that threatens you through impressing.
This plinth's height represents how good or evil you
Yep.
are. From its top, a flame or a fountain will spring as you perform evil
Or good acts.
The whole city will shift to show you if you are good
Or evil. Yep. Everything will change. The ground will change in your influence. All sorts of stuff. It's actually pretty cool how interactive the world is with you. Such as those big rocks. You can break them and throw them at your enemies and their walls and stuff. But as a god, you only have power within this green ring around your city that's your influence. So you have to build and expand in order to do it. The only thing that's somewhat broken, in my personal opinion, is it can be a bit easy to win by impressing. Depending on like what city we're talking about here. Such as the Norse. I have a tendency to win by impressing the Norse when I don't want to. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out here, angle it up a little bit, and we are going to build this nice curving road out here. So now we have a road, and building roads makes your villagers walk a little faster. Unfortunately, roads are also impressive. So the more efficient your city is, the more likely you are to...
You can also drag a building blueprint of an existing house.
Yeah, I
Move
know.
your hand over the existing house. Hold down the action button and drag to get the blueprint. If you want to cancel
So
an
we need to
action
build a
and
bunch of
enter an ad,
houses.
simply shake your
These are
fist
essentially just little hovels.
See the pile of wood there? Your
They
villagers will use
make
that to
people
build the
relatively
house
happy, but not like super happy. There's mansions and other stuff that's better for them, basically. Now we're gonna gather all this food because the villagers suck at gathering stuff. And in the meantime, we're gonna grab some people. Give me a person. We're gonna make some mine workers. Now this is something that we'll need to do later on. They're not concerned about it now. It's good to have people doing nothing because free time is one of the things that they like. Oh yes, builders. I almost forgot about builders. It's very important to have builders. There. I'm going to make 4. We can't spare too many more people. We only have so many. And we need that free time to still be a thing. But these 4 builders should be able to, you know, do some stuff. So I'm just kind of spreading the wood out because they need wood in order to build the houses. And if you don't do this, then they're going to run away over here and do it. And it's just not worth it. Now pretty soon, I'm going to get a really cool ability. I don't have it yet, but once they construct a number of houses, I'm going to be able to do something really nice. And that is Shaboobadoo. Right, auto build, essentially. But in the meantime, let's have some fun. Let's throw this rock. Whee! Let's roll it down here. Are we going to hit them? See, there are some armies down here. Now, I was hoping to smash them with that rock. It did not work. But you can't always win, you know? You just can't. Now, this is something that I thoroughly enjoy doing. Chucking rocks down here at these guys. Oh. Ah, dang. We missed. That was close, though. I call it army bowling. Yeah, because I'm cool like that. Now, I'm going to pick up this. Drop it in here. Because eventually they're going to ask me to build some ore stuff. And you know how it is. I can't be bothered for that. Now one thing that you might notice is that we're running out of trees. Now trees will actually grow and expand on their own. One thing that you can watch for is if you rip out a tree, right, and then you plant it down. Hold on. There, those green sparkles that are coming off the tree, that's them pollinating and breeding, and eventually a little tree will pop up around them. And so it's actually really nice to plant your trees closer to each other, and these will essentially create mini forests. I believe that the more trees you have in an area, the quicker they will repopulate and make more trees. Don't quote me on that. It's been a long time, guys. But, you know, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure that's a thing. Let's keep getting some ore. It's always good to just keep dropping these little rocks in here. There we go. God building. This is what we want. So I can pick up this stack of wood. Then I do this. Bing. So I lose more wood, but I can quickly develop these houses. So I'm just going to stack up all this wood. That way I have a whole bunch that I can carry all at once, right? Then we're going to finish these houses on our own. Because the builders, well, let's face it, they take too long. Generally speaking, I don't even bother with builders. I just have a whole bunch of people gathering resources, maybe like 1 or 2 builders for when I'm busy. And builders can go outside of the influence ring to build. It's really useful when you want to build walls. Now, we don't have the resources to be doing that and all that, so that's not going to be happening here. Luckily, those armies down there aren't really a threat. But, yeah. Now we're doing this. Doing that. Give me this mini tree. Build up that. Build up that. I love how the trees kind of like shrivel in your hand as you're building. Very cool effect. There we go. Oops. Let's grab these and build this.
What we need to do is increase our
There.
population.
Now we
we
have enough stuff going on. There we go. So this one here, basically not really helping. Now we just have to increase our population, right? Sounds easy enough, and sort of is. So we're going to grab some foundations. I know about the toolbar. Alright, I'll click it. He'll tell us all about the toolbar. Firstly, we click this. Bing!
What's that?
That is the toolbar.
Good. Now click again to close it.
I'm just going to hit the shortcut key. F1 is for that.
The toolbar holds a
A series of menus.
These tabs are used to navigate
The different menus.
The tab currently selected
Is the construction tab. Yes,
So
of
the
course.
menu shown is the construction menu.
That
Each
would
menu
make
is
sense.
divided into sub-menus. We're going to show you how to access
Some advanced features.
Press F4 to bring up the tribute menu.
That would be the 4th one in, thus F4.
This is the coolest part of the menu.
Yeah.
The tribute is like a form of currency.
So as you do quests, you get tribute, such as I get 5,000 for doing the population.
Improve your godly powers and add constructions or features to your town.
Yep.
You earn tribute by
There's all sorts of stuff. There's your melee fighters, here's ranged fighters, we have lumber mill, all kinds of stuff. The manors, those are upgraded houses. Torture pit's very good if you're evil, but let's buy the temple, because they make us. Now, by skipping Tutorial Island, I have less tribute than if I had done it, as far as I know. Yeah. Which is okay. We will survive without it, but it also kind of sucks because it means certain buildings we won't be able to get until later on. But for now, let's go ahead and plop our temple down like right here. Center of town, near the storehouse. People go there in the morning for food and stuff, and they can go to church. It's all good. So there we go. Yes, ore deposits in the ground. We got it. I already got all my miners and stuff. Don't even worry about it. I'm way ahead of you guys. Way ahead of you. Okay, so now we have built the base up. It doesn't matter what order you do it in. But we've got the floor built. Now we're going to drop the wood in there. And you can see that as you increase the amount of work you've done on it, it slowly but surely finishes the building before your eyes. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. There's only the 3 resources, so you don't have to worry about gathering marble or anything like that. If they ever made a black and white 3, I would hope that it became a slightly more complicated game. However, for now, this is perfect, considering this is a relatively old game now. Now, you'll notice that I didn't use the whole tree, which actually means that I can plant it again. This is now a living tree, once again. It will grow forest around it, and it itself will grow and increase its wood value over and over again, which is really nice. So let's look at this. People want to breed, and that's pretty much it. They're asking for homes, but that's not really them asking for homes. There will always be a building there, regardless of if they actually need it or not. But
If
here
you build a
shortly,
very impressive city,
we get a very
people will
impressive
come
city.
from
There we
far
go.
and wide to live in it.
And so now we are,
Buildings
through the
a
power
good
of
way
good
to
and being
increase
impressive,
impressiveness.
impressing
Nobody
these
gets
little
hurt,
hovel
and we
villages
get
of the
more
Norse over
followers,
here.
making us
They're going to
more
look at our city and be like, oh, that's fancy. That's a big city. There must be job opportunities in there. And they're going to leave. So that's what just happened. These guys just abandoned this village. Now they're going to go and they're going to join our village. I don't know if it's a glitch or not, but occasionally when people abandon, not the entire village abandons. And so you can not only get their villagers through this, you can also then take over this village. And it'll already, see there, 20 out of 55. Which means that 35 of their population is likely right here. No, 20 people. They're migrating. So it could be that because they're in migration, they are still counted as population of them. That would be my guess. But occasionally, these guys will migrate, and there will be like 5 or 10 dudes left here still living in the town. I'm not really sure what's up with that, but it happens. And as you'll notice, there's this nice little line going right here. And if we zoom in, you can in fact see that the grass is a little worn out through here. It shows more the larger groups of people that you have. But this line is in fact because these guys are trudging a trail, essentially, through here. So even without roads, at least I believe that's what the mechanic of this indicates, is that even without roads, as people trudge along a certain pathway, they will in fact kind of create a half road. So if you want to not impress people and be purely evil, in theory your people are going to create their own road system. It won't be quite as quick, but it'll work. So this is something that I kind of don't like. So basically there's a breeder sitting right here, right? Breeder dude breeds with people as they're traveling along. And when that happens, the people then drop whatever they're carrying and don't pick it back up. Kind of stupid. Now there's 2 things you can do here. If you could use the population, then you can take this flag and click somewhere within your borders, and those people are adopted into your society. Or if you want to be a complete D-bag about it, you can click outside of your population ring, and they will sit there forever and starve to death. Now, I want the people, so I am going to click them in here, and they are going to be super happy. I'm going to get some money, and they're going to come in here and boost our population, and we can click this gold scroll. Now, we have a lot of food, which is good, because we just got a lot of people. And now, all these guys here are going to become my warriors.
Buying the armory is the first step towards having an army.
Open the toolbar and click the Tribute tab.
Can do.
Temple? Why build that?
Okay, so now we're going to build an armory. Here we go.
Select the armory from the construction menu. Then place it down in your town.
I can do that. Now the armory, I'm going to want to place out here. For no particular reason except for that I'm going to have to send these guys down here. I know this in advance. There are no cities back here, so even if I wasn't an experienced player who knows exactly what's going on, I know that my armies are going to need to head down here in order to capture any objectives. So, I'm going to probably let them build this up as we build some other stuff, such as fields. So when you click your field, you'll have these green menus. Red, can't build there. And the brighter the green, the more fertile the land. So what I'm going to do is, here, we're looking at these areas, and here's 1. So this is an extremely fertile plot. I believe 1 is the max. Now back over here, we have some 0.9s, 0.7s, 0.9s, and stuff again. Here's a 1 right here as well. So I'm thinking right here, we're going to start. You click, and you can then drag in or drag out in order to make the fields larger or smaller. So this 1 field with enough farmers will provide food for 76 people. This is essentially my god field. Now, I'm going to take... well, this lady just had a kid. This lady has 2 kids following her. I'm going to take some of these guys and make some farmers. Even if they're pregnant, they can be farmers. It's not a problem. And these guys are going to farm this field here. We have these guys harvesting this field here. This is my emergency field. I'm going to let it stock up to full amount of food. And then if we ever need food, I can just grab it, plop it in, instant, what would you call it? Instant food. I'll just say instant food. I was thinking of a fancier word for it, but I couldn't remember. So, yeah.
Sheesh, the people can be slow at building, boss. We should do some god building. You know,
Working on it.
Speed it up. That is
Ding.
sweet.
There we go.
Warriors form platoons. They're recruited via the flags on the top of the armory. Pick
There we
up
go.
the
So we're going to
flags
build
on
a
the
platoon
armory
of about
and
20
place them
people.
in the highlighted area.
So then this little tent pops up. People are going to run in there, men only, and they're going to become soldiers. It's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Now, as we wait for these people, we see that we are still good. And we don't want to be good, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit F4 and figure out what exactly I want to buy. Now there's lots of stuff you can buy. Graveyard is great for your people, but it's also very impressive. Granary increases the amount of food that you can get, which is actually really nice when you are building an army, because armies eat 2 times the amount of food as a normal villager. Tavern, drinking your sorrows away, obviously great. Hovels are horrible, nasty houses which make your people rather unhappy, but they only have an impressiveness of 2, making them ideal if you want just, you know, like nastiness. But I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to buy hand multi-pickup and hand forcing. I don't care about hand gestures, I'm not that pro, but hand multi-pickup is very, very useful. So here, let me demonstrate this for you guys. You see this blue aura underneath when I pick stuff up now? Oh, look at this. I just picked up like 30 trees, right? This makes God building much simpler, as well as disciples and all that stuff, because you can pick up lots of people, lots of food, all sorts of stuff. Now the other thing I got is this. If you hold it down and not pick up anything, you can do this. Doesn't look like much now because I'm good, I'm neutral. If I was evil, scrubbing the land like that would turn it into evil wasteland, essentially. Now, the main purpose I can demonstrate on these rocks. I do this, and you notice that I move the rock. That's me smacking it. Now, as a god, you actually have quite a bit of power on you when you do this god forcing thing. And you can smack things quite a ways, and you can smack people. So if you have an invading army coming into your town, and you have this ability, I'm not saying you're invincible, but it's harder to kill you. Now this is enough dudes. So we're gonna move on with the quest. These are a nice Greek soldiers, Roman soldiers, any Hoosers. These are our Spartans, essentially, is what they're supposed to be. Yada yada yada, tell you all about flags. Flags, fairly unimportant in my personal opinion. You can use them and stuff, but it's just, I don't know. Yep. The little blips above them tell you their ranking. Your guys always start out as rank 1. In the expansion, there is like a blacksmith building, I think, that you can build. And that will let your guys be ranked up 1 level as soon as you make them, which is pretty cool. It's very helpful because the difference from rank 1 to rank 2 is actually pretty impressive. And when you're fighting against ranked up armies, your little dudes suck.
If you want to cancel an action
Yeah, I got it.
into your hand, simply
Shake it.
briskly
It's very
left and
simple.
right.
Check out these sconces. Oh, we be fancy now. What do we got? Sleep is a desire, but it's nighttime, so that's going to be done. We're pretty good as far as this goes. So we're probably going to build a few more houses out here. Now, here's something that I can show you guys.
Let's get aggressive.
Yeah,
With the platoon flag in the hand, click on the enemy
he's going to tell me to
town
attack these guys.
This will
Which is
order
not a
your
problem. I'll
troops
take
to
them over.
take over the town.
Yeah, I got it. I got you. Bing. So we'll just plant that for now. Grab our flag. Tell them to come down here.
We go.
And it's going to take them forever. So now let me try and show you guys what I was going to show you. If you plant these trees right by roads, there. See, they got the stones around them now. Now, I don't think these guys breed as effectively as wild trees out here, quote unquote wild, but if you are a town that's going to win by impressiveness, you can take your trees, plant them by the roads, and they actually then have impressiveness to them. 20 per tree, which is actually pretty decent. So you plant it down, and that one didn't get it, so we didn't get our little stars. But there we go, that one did. So now we have 20 additional impressiveness just for lining these with trees. It's a little something you can do if you don't have the resources to build more stuff, but you need a more impressive rating.
This is it.
It'll help.
Oh,
Now
dear.
these guys are going to swarm, and they're going to circle all around it. And because we have a relatively
Pressing them too.
good-sized army here, they're actually taking it over very, very quickly. I think that in the updates they actually make this slower, because I remember this being a much slower process, as in it took like 5 minutes to take over this town. Wow, that was exceptionally fast. I'm guessing that if you're going to go for War Machine, don't update, because it looks like, dang, is that much quicker.
Attack is the best form of defense.
So we're going to build this storehouse, because they need a storehouse very, very badly.
Platoon starts at experience level 1.
It's very, very hard for villagers to live without a storehouse,
When the
because
platoon's experience
you know,
reaches a certain threshold,
they need
go
to
the
eat and
next
stuff.
experience level, and with it,
Luckily,
their
this
skill
village
sets
already has a
rise in
ton of food,
speed
so we just
improve.
drop that in there.
Lastly,
Now
if
they've
you
got
want to
plenty of food.
expand the platoon, drop the platoon's flag onto
Farmers.
an armory and let those weaklings off the hook.
Farmers. Farmers. There, these guys will do they thing. Now I'm going to take this rock.
You can win by taking
I'm gonna
over
drop it
towns
here.
using force.
Now that is a huge chunk of ore. 3,000 ore. I believe that's as big as they get. For now, I'm going to use it
Well, actually, leader,
to
you
create
can win by a mixture
3
of impressive
mine
and
workers.
war, you
Then I'm
know.
going to take it and drop it in there. So now they have ore. That'll drop their desires for ore. They desire sleep very, very badly. It's the middle of the night, so they should be going to sleep. That's their own fault.
And by the way, war is evil.
And I'm evil.
You get where I'm coming from. The time to choose, boss.
So let's go down here. We'll capture. Well, whatever. We'll move them down here. Oh, I feel like I must sneeze. Ugh. So then let's start the creature tutorial while they go down there. Those guys are probably going to get slaughtered. Not much we can do about that, unfortunately. The easiest way to win is generally impression. As far as this island goes, if I remember correctly, because we're pretty much done. A Templar too, and we'll have taken over the other town, and we'll win. But those armies will still be there, and we'll still have to deal with them. So yeah, that's a thing.
He's scared. He doesn't want to leave the pen.
Let's use the leash to get him to move.
Let's
To
use
grab
the
them,
leash.
Click on
Click him.
He's been
Got
in
him.
a pen for ages. Make him come outside for
Go.
a bit. Move him outside. Excellent. And your creature on the leash
There we go.
looking
Sorry for the
more
snuffliness,
capable
guys.
than
It's actually raining outside now, even though it's the middle of summer. And that drastic climate change kind of messes with me.
Well done. That's how you get the creature to move. The
Yep.
creature's hungry.
Let's feed him. Get some grain.
With the leash in the hand, click on the field.
I did. Okay, so there we go. He is now snacking on that grain. Now, something that we can do is we can then zoom in on him. Now, I forget how you do this. I thought that you held it down.
He doesn't look as hungry now.
Hmm.
Whenever you click the action button on something with the leash, the creature will try and find something to do with it.
Yeah.
Click the action button on that rock by the field, and he will be leashed to it.
Yeah, so you can
That's right.
leash him to stuff,
Marvelous.
and then he'll have this ring around him. That's generally where he's going to go. And he'll do everything he can in that little ring. And then he'll have these actions pop up.
Now teach your creature whether what he does is good or bad.
Here we go.
Here, he's going to eat a villager. You should teach him not to do that.
Nonsense! Eating villagers will make him strong.
Click and hold the action button on him. Move the mouse quickly from side to side to punish him for eating that person.
Now this is one thing
Move the mouse
that I actually
slowly.
disagree
You are
with the
well
evil guy
on
on.
your way to
So
make
I don't
your
let him eat
creature
these
nice.
villagers. However,
We're meant to
that
be
does not mean that he can't
If you
eat
want to
people.
cancel an action,
So this is something that I figured out later on. Eating people makes him evil,
that is
makes him
just
stronger,
what
stuff like
you
that.
need to know
Protein
right
helps build
now.
muscle.
Why don't you
However,
try experimenting with your creature?
he doesn't necessarily have to eat our people. So I can have him come down here and eat these guys. Or I can have him eat their villagers. Or eat their dead bodies. It all counts as people, and it's all very, very evil and delicious. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait a little while, and he wants to stamp all over that platoon. I say, that's a very good puppy. You stamp on the platoon. And so now, he wants to stamp on platoons. Now, if I'm correct, it's F2. So, eating grain? No. We don't want him to eat grain. He doesn't eat grain. He doesn't eat people. But he does attack soldiers. And so that's his basic actions here. Now, he seems to not want to leave the influence field. But he's going to. Because he's going to attack on this platoon. We're going to send him down here. We're going to attack the platoon. Oh, see, we have some guys waiting at our border. This is always very good. Click. Good, lots of good stuff. They give us food. They give us all that. Silver scrolls or side quests. This one's actually very, very funny. But we are trying to plow through into the Norse land.
Kill him and grill him.
Here we go.
I don't like the look of those fellows.
These are your basic Nord warriors. Let's watch our doggy stomp on him. Bang! He stomps him. Oh, he stomps him again. There's 2 deaths, 3 deaths, 4. There's only a few guys remaining. He needs to poop very badly. And they're all dead. So now, I can take the leash, the leash, tell him to eat him. Now, I'll eat their villagers. So I want him to eat their villagers all the time. It's great protein, and it's not my dudes. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him to go right there. He'll be leashed up. He'll do his thing. These guys can now capture this village. They may get into combat with these guys. They might lose. It's hard to say. But it doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter. I'm just going to chuck some rocks at them for the heck of it. Even though they've already lost, I might as well have some fun. And it looks like I'm pretty much out of rocks. So there we go. That didn't go nearly far enough. But yeah, these guys take over towns really, really quickly. I don't remember this being the case. They also seem to be getting experience from taking over the towns. They do. They get a lot of experience. That must be what that plus 209 is. So here's our creature. He may die. It's hard to say. But I don't see his health going down, really. I mean, his health is obviously going down. I think maybe on this island he's invincible. It's hard to say. But we're going to take our flag, and we are going to come down here and capture. There we go. He has taken out all of their armies for us, and so now the way has been paved. And here in just a moment, we will be going on to the next island. Now, I believe that this has ran for a long time. In fact, yes, it has. It's ran for a very, very long time. This is going to be an exceptionally long Random Game Friday, and I doubt that any of you are still watching. If you are, good on you, because you guys are troopers. I didn't expect it to take this long. Anyways, if anyone is still watching and you'd like to see the next island, comments down below, always appreciated. I will certainly show you guys the next island, and we can create Barad-dûr, and we will create our own little Mordor area and take over the Norse and go from there. But right now, our guy is trying to entertain their villagers, and that's bad. We want their villagers to suffer. You only entertain our villagers. There we go. But for now, we are going to take over this village, and we will be winning. So let's get a nice zoom out and show you the landscape. It's very beautiful. Yes. Here we go. We've won. So this is basically the base island. We're safe. No other people can get here, is the idea. And so this is where our whole population is going to come. We never actually come back here, but in theory this becomes your main city. And so this whole island will be covered with your buildings, just like the one that got destroyed. And you have a crazy, awesome village. That's the theory. So now we can leave the gold scroll.
Are you sure you wish to leave the land? Click again to confirm.
There we go. We've now left the land and entering the Norse land. So I'm going to let this cutscene play out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love this game so much. Had so much fun with this. And here, we'll leave it and just let the cutscene go. But yeah, Black and White 2, everyone. Amazing God game if you're into these type of games. Also a very good city builder. You can adjust the files, as I said, and their properties. So you can very easily find online a way to make it so that your buildings have very little impressiveness, and then it becomes pretty much a city builder. Also, once you've conquered a continent, you don't have to leave. You can stay there forever. There was one game I spent about 30 hours on this island alone. I conquered it after 1 hour. I converted this entire island into a working city of like 1 million people or something ridiculous. For no reason aside from the fact that I wanted to.
If we build up an impressive enough town, these Norse will flock to join us.
Or if we build a big army, we can hunt them down and
Put them to the sword. Indeed. Yeah, this is actually my favorite island out of them all. And as you can see, we start kind of in a corner. And we start with the ability to wall ourselves in almost instantly. Thus, with the mountains around us and our walls guarding the only entrances, this could very easily be Mordor. But anyways, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.